O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show. This
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour, that's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
The lost city of Atlantis reveals its secrets at Toyota of Hollywood. Get legendary deals on over 2,000 Toyotas, like a 2024 Corolla. Not $24,000, $20,988. Unlock the wonders of 0% financing for 5 full years, 0 down. Rediscover Atlantis at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Open till midnight.
I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. After 40 years, the Big Cheese Miami is still producing great Italian food. They started in 1984. Since then, they've been winning awards while being voted the best inexpensive Italian restaurant in Miami. Visit them for great food, amazing service. Witness the decades of Cane's memories. The walls are like a Miami Hurricanes Hall of Fame. The Big Cheese delivers anything on its menu or party platter menu to your home, office, or even a park for a picnic. Located at 8080 Southwest 67th Avenue, Miami. Call 305-662-6855. TheBigCheeseMiami.com, where they serve large portions at family prices.
There's just one place to celebrate our happy new model year. Acura of Pembroke Pines. Plus last chance savings on a 2024 RDX. $379 a month at Acura of Pembroke Pines.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them. With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation. Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Hi, this is Jeff Welt from Welton Rayom. Dan and I have been in business together for over 22 years. We're not your typical lawyers. When Dan's not working in the office, he's flying his stunt plane. When I'm not in the office, I'm either getting tattooed, bowling, riding a motorcycle, or going to concerts. We might not be your typical attorneys, but we are aggressive attorneys, and we'll do whatever it takes to get you what you deserve. Consultations are always free. Call us anytime, 24/7.
Welton Rayom can help.
This is the Big O Show.
If you're looking to take your home or business to the next level, then RM Contractors and Custom Drywall can assist you. RM specializes in new residential turnkey, new commercial turnkey, home and office remodeling. Call them for free estimates. Serving all of South Florida, licensed and insured. Call Ray or Mike, 305-345-3649. You work hard to create the perfect atmosphere. You dream it, we'll build it. RM Contractors and Custom Drywall, 305-345-3649 or Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All righty. Welcome aboard. It is Wednesday, October 9th. And it is a day where we're expecting some bad stuff for our friends, especially on the west coast of Florida, and then going into Central Florida, and even on the Gold Coast. They're going to feel the back end of Milton. So a day that is kind of I know we're lucky down here in South Florida. We're going to get some rain. We're going to get some wind. Maybe 35, 40, 45, 50 mile an hour gust. We could be at risk of some tornadoes, obviously, because that's always a risk for these kind of things. But it's nothing like what's going to happen to our friends in the West Coast of Florida. So if you know anybody, reach out to them, make sure they're all right. That is the priority. Share a shelter if you can. Because a lot of our friends in the West Coast are scattering and trying to get away from this storm. And so the good thing is that the technology has gotten much better at predicting the paths of these storms. So it allows folks to be as prepared as possible compared to 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 and 60 years ago, where it was a hell of a lot harder to prepare for these kind of things, but they're no fun. They're no fun. And so we all know. And by the way, I didn't change the title on the Toyota of Hollywood. We can't change it anymore, right, Sean? Because we went live. So you can't change it, unfortunately. I forgot to change the damn title because I usually change the title and that's it. But there was, I should have at least added the Panthers on that title. We can't do it, huh? Doesn't let you do it, huh? Let's see. No, Bastard doesn't let you go in and change the title. Although, wait a minute, on YouTube, you can change the title. Actually, that's pretty good. Facebook, but really, we don't care about Facebook.
Are you doing it?
Yep.
Okay, no, because I was in the middle of it. I just got out of it because you started typing. Okay.
Yeah. I can multitask. You could do the other one, the IG, if you could change that. Yeah, man. That way we at least keep it, relevant. And there you go. You know what? I can just copy and paste and put it on the IG. How do you like them freaking apples? Well, IG look at that. IG lets us change.
Yeah, but on the IG, I never put it. It's just Big O Radio Show goes live the day and the date. We never have the title on the. Instagram.
I know, but I don't know if it changed it now. Okay. Anyway, all right. I don't know if it did it or not. I have no idea. I don't know if it did it or not. I don't think it did, actually. I don't think it did. No, it didn't. It didn't. Oh, well. It says you could change it like after we're done, but like within, I don't know. It said something there. You have a time limit. So you got to change it after. Right when we're done, you can change it, apparently. But you can't change it in the midstream. Big O, are you fully recovered from your foot issue? No, sir. No, dude, I'm old. So one of the things you learn when you're old is that it takes you a while to recover from things. And my foot feels better. There's less discomfort. The Seattle trip tested it in other ways because I walked a lot of hills. And so that tested my foot and it put it in different angles. And so I still had pain and discomfort after I was walking, a certain distance. And then, or after at the end of the day, when I would relax, I would feel my foot. You know what I mean? So I'm not fully recovered at all. It seems like it's a really, really slow recovery, dude. Really slow recovery. It's gotten better, but it's not. And thank you for asking. I appreciate that. And so it's very nice. But yeah, no, man, unfortunately, it's just, these are the things that we deal with when we're getting old. The U.S. government claims Bitfinex could be the sole entity eligible for compensation for the 119,754 Bitcoin stolen in the 2016 hack. Okay. Anyway, so we'll find out about that stuff. That's good. So we will have we will try to get through today and do our thing. We got another Crypto Bro show, obviously our 6th edition of it. Please watch our prior shows and hit the likes and all that good stuff. You guys asked me to start doing a crypto show. Well, the Crypto Bro show is back and we've got 5 episodes. So for those of you that wanted crypto and Bitcoin information every day, it's there. I got another one today. It's all prepped and ready to go. It's good because there isn't like a ton, on the sports side to really not a lot of hot button issues that we haven't hammered away 40 billion times over. So we'll get through some of the sports talk. Panthers yesterday played like absolute champs. And you as a fan, and you've watched it many times, that teams that come back from a championship, like last year, the Chiefs started slow. This year they started fast now, right? They're 5-0. But last year they started slow, and then they got it going, and then they got back to the championship and won it. And there are times where sometimes a championship team completely falls off the wayside. They get completely drunk off, the Heat 06. Those guys, they put it all together and made a great run, but they kind of proved that they weren't really a long-lasting team. They were a one-hit wonder, and the next year, they weren't anything to be reckoned with, and they were out. So those kind of things, you always wonder about championship teams and hangovers and things like that. And it still may happen to the Panthers. But last night they came out on fire. And they scored the first couple of goals right away. They got 4 goals in the first period. They ended up winning 6-4. And, really a game that wasn't that close. Sam Bennett got 2 goals. And then to add insult to injury, and I mean this in the most complimentary way possible, the team then goes, by the way, we have signed Carter Verhaeghe to an 8-year contract. And he's here with us between the 2032 and 33 seasons. Okay, at that time, Bitcoin will be, I don't know, maybe $1.3 million at that point. And so they signed him to an 8-year deal. And you just sit there and you're like, Viola Sifu, wow, thank you. Thank you for your commitment to not just wanting to be great once, but wanting to be great all the time. You know, that kind of shit just, we just don't see stuff like that, you know? And everybody, your core is committed. This was going to be one of the top free agents in next year's class. And now he's done. He will not be available in 2025 and 26 and 27 and 28 and 29 and 30. And that clutch son of a bitch is going to be in a Panthers uniform. And that is just absolutely awesome. And, you know, you got a bunch of these guys that are in their prime, and you got a chance to possibly win another one or two. Who knows? But and we'll see how this season goes, and hopefully they have luck, because you know how it is. Injuries can really change your season. But they came out focused. They came out on fire. They were ready to play. And that was really, really cool, dude. That was really, really, really cool. Was it? Reinhardt had a goal and an assist. So did Rodriguez. Sam Bennett had 2 goals. Bob had 24 saves. He had this one save that was just absolutely awesome in the first period. That was just fantastic, where he went sideways and he just like went flat on the entire length of the goal to make sure that he kept that puck out. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I mean, he's had a lot of great saves, but first night you get the banner raised, which was absolutely awesome. It's your first banner, and to watch the progression of the franchise since Viola Sifu took over, that it was one of those things that they just got gradually better. It didn't happen overnight. It took them several years. And that's pretty cool in that process, because you get to appreciate it a lot more. When you have those runs, when you have the most points, but then you get booted out. You got the number 1 spot, but you still don't make it. And then last year you're at the number 4 spot, I believe. And you kind of learn from your lessons the year before. Don't touch the trophy and all that other stuff. And you just kind of do the things you didn't do in the past, and you learned, and then you got there and you won it, and you got over the demons of the Lightning and the Bruins and and watching the Panthers be in the Bruins' head is just beautiful, bro. It's just beautiful to watch that. How they are now in their psyche now. Now the Bruins know, like, oh shit, they own us now. You know, we came at them, we tried to fight them, we tried to rattle them, we tried to get them off, and all they did was kick our ass. It's pretty good. And, you know, Tampa was their big brother. And they finally overcame the big brother, and they are now the bully on the block here in Florida. Okay? That's not even a question anymore now. Tampa's going to be good. They're not better than Florida. That's, Florida's good. They weren't better than Tampa. That's how it used to be. That shit's turned the page now. Okay? And, the announcers are talking about what Boston's added and all this and that. And here are the Cats. And that was satisfying. That was just something that just felt great as a fan, because you got amazing ownership. You know that your GM is one of the best in the business. What Zito has done is just awesome. And so now you put everything else together. That's it, man. Paul Maurice and the talent. And you saw the fan base. You saw that arena packed. And that emotion of raising that flag and then capitalizing on that night. Something that, when it comes to capitalizing, the Panthers rarely did that in the past. they would accomplish a couple things, build a little momentum, get a big crowd in, a sold-out arena, and then what would they do? Lay a fucking egg. And you're like, damn, they can't build on the momentum. And that would happen all the time. And those of us that follow the Panthers religiously, it would pain us because we knew that that was the only way that they were going to be able to build, a connection. You got to win. You got to show commitment. And then the public in South Florida will come out and support you. You know what I mean? But you got to show that commitment. And they showed the commitment, and then they got it done. And that is just absolutely cool. And again, this is one of those moments where you won your championship. You got to prove that you're worthy. You get your banner up. You didn't get the big head. You came out focused, and you kicked their ass, and you played a hell of a team. They didn't give you a cupcake to open up the night. They gave you a motivated, pissed off rival. That's what the NHL, that's pretty good. They did UFC style. Boxing, sport I absolutely love, but obviously it's gone way, way down. And why? Because they avoided the best matchups. Because they continuously, promoters and all that, they just kept building their boxers' records with shitty fight after shitty fight after shitty fight, and fans wouldn't see all the good ones. In comes Dana and UFC, and he creates a monster. Why? Because all he does is to make sure that you put the best fights together. And UFC fighters are completely different. They want to fight the best. They don't want to fight 10 cupcakes to then, get a bunch of paydays. And that's where boxing lost it. You know what I mean? And the NHL pulled the UFC last night. No, we're not going to give them a shitty team. No. We're going to put Boston on their home ice where they're raising the banner. And then they've got to beat a pissed off Bruins team that hates them. One of their stars is dying to get after them, So it was just so good. It was just the frustrations from the Bruins. It was a fun night. It was a fun night. Really fun night. I enjoyed that. So that was good. That was very good. So congratulations to Viola and Sifu. Congratulations to Paul Maurice. Congratulations to the Florida Panthers organization, all the players, and the culture and everything that you guys have created, because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. And now you're going to reap all the rewards because the fans are going to embrace you. And this thing is going to build just more and more and more, and it's going to get crazy. And we're going to become a crazed hockey town. Like we love our basketball, we're going to love our hockey, and that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. But that was just, I don't know if you could paint a better picture on how to start your season coming off a championship. That was good. That was really, 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 really good and really, really fun to watch. Stephen Harris, I see, is number one in the house. Hope you all safe from Milton. Yes, sir. Hope everyone shelters up, and please don't try to wait out the storm on the coast. Get inland big time. One-Eyed Jack is in the house. NorCal is waking and baking. Lucas says, don't like talking politics on sports shows, but Republican Senator from Florida, Luna, voted no for Billings and disaster relief. Dude, Lucas, politics are part of life, bro. And I'm not afraid. And I know it's hurt my viewers, and I know that I have less views because people get all bent out of shape because I do include politics in here at times. I don't really give a shit. I'm at a point in my life where I don't give a fuck. I really don't. But, the one thing that I consistently will tell you, it's not just a Republican thing. It's Democrats. Everybody screws up, bro. They all screw us. And in some cases, one side will screw you more than others. And yeah, Republicans will screw you sometimes in these kind of cases, like Trump has done many times. And just like when I talk crypto and Bitcoin, and I talk about how irresponsible Democrats are and how much they screw Americans, how they purposely try. So they all take turns screwing us, bro, one way or another. Okay. So where you might think a Democrat screwed you, a Republican will screw you right away. And the same thing or somewhere else where you think a Republican screwed you, a Democrat's going to screw you somewhere else also. So, whatever, bro. Complaining and picking sides and thinking that one or the other is better, they're both a disaster. So don't torture yourselves. I keep trying to tell you guys this. That's why I just point out what each side does all the time. You know what I mean? And that's it. But it's better to be honest instead of being a stinking cheerleader. And that's the disgusting part about it nowadays with politics, that you can't even look yourself in the mirror and admit some of the stuff that they're doing in your own party and the people that you know what I mean? So it's just so really the pointing of the fingers, they both put us in this mess. And all the mess that we're in, Republicans and Democrats are equally irresponsible for all our messes. So, whatever, man. I don't give a shit. I slam them both. So, and I enjoy slamming both, by the way, thoroughly. And if you get pissed off about it, I might enjoy it even more, actually. Christian is in the house. Timothy Eason is in. Thank you for the prayers, sir. Horn Dog is in. Thank you. Jamie Zoria out in San Jose. Kyle Cockrell. Mace is in. J-Town. Steve Chapman. Thank you, sir, for the well wishes. Nyborg in. Ocala Joe. Hang in there, Ocala Joe. You'll be feeling some of it, too. Let's see. Ray Sosa. Alex Palenzuela. Nyborg says Hard Rock Stadium needs to loop Egyptian Lover when the Jets come to town. Egyptian Lover, baby. Egyptian Lover. Yes. Yeah. But it's something about the female population. I'm trying to remember the words of Egyptian Lover. It's it had a good beat to it, if I remember correctly, actually. Ray Sosa, Adolfo, Big O, I want to mention how good Michael Irvin has been for the Canes from the sidelines and also helping Mario as well. I don't see that. Adolfo, do you have short memory? He's done this many of times all throughout the losing era. And there were times where he would get excited about one team and would become a total cheerleader. And meanwhile, you knew that the team really wasn't that good. Whether it was Randy Shannon or other moments with Mark Richt or whatever, there are moments where Michael Irvin acted like the silly cheerleader that he does now. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's just that now finally he acts it and the team finally backs it. So what he acts, they back. That didn't happen before. That's why in your memory, this is why you're a prisoner of the moment, Adolfo, because you just see that now. But this has been happening for years where he would come out of the woodwork every once in a while thinking that the Canes were going to bust out or something, and they would fail and they would flop and they would fall on their face. This time, he's got Mario, and Mario seems to have a better grip on how to build the college football team than maybe our prior coaches. Still not done yet. Still not a full thing. They haven't played a ton of people that are, super respectable yet. But, let's hold off. But the only reason it looks a little different, it's because it seems like Mario has got this thing maybe starting to turn around. That's why. But I've seen this cheerleader named Michael Irvin several times, dude. Okay? And come out with these speeches and try to motivate the Canes. And, at QAM, I don't know how many times we used to play a couple of his speeches and all that bullshit and all that. And the Canes would just flop. That's what used to happen for 20 years. That's why it looks different now. But it's really not any different. It's just that the team is finally different. Michael Irvin is still Michael Irvin. That has never changed. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's see. Rosendo, a prayer that asks God to calm the storms and hurricanes that threaten and to turn fear into praise. Let's hope so, Rosendo, but it looks like Mother Nature is she's taking over and she's pissed. Chris Ortiz is in the house. Good morning, Big O. Agree about Mark Clayton, my favorite all-time Finns receiver. Yes, sir. Thank you. That's a bummer. I turn 50 next year, and I can understand that that the longer recovery time. Oh yeah, bro. Oh, it's so true. And I think also maybe some older people will tell you there are some injuries that you probably never recover from, and it just gives you permanent damage. And I don't know. Maybe what I have in my foot also could be permanently. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I should see like some kind of a foot expert or something to make sure they did everything right. Utah Hockey Club. That's the best they can do for a name. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm ignorant here. I have no idea. Is the Utah expansion team named the Utah Hockey Club? They went like soccer, the football club?
Oh, they moved who moved? I forgot. Whoever moved it moved to Utah, and they didn't come up with a name, so it's just Utah Hockey Club or something like that. For right now, I think they're still trying to find a name. But
oh, so they did the same thing that the Skins did while they were waiting for Commanders. That they were the Washington football team.
Yeah, I believe that's what they do. I don't think they've settled on that as the name, as far as I know. I'll double check. Let me check right now.
Okay, yeah, I have no idea, so I have to plead ignorance here. If I don't know something, zero issues. I don't know. Let's see. Video showing footage of a tornado touchdown in South Florida. Is it accurate? Is it like fresh, or is that an old tornado that they're now using as video on social media? That it's, is it like a legitimate outlet that's putting that up there? Those kind of things. You got to check that out. Not some slapdick that's putting it out there. You just can't believe that. Our weather right now, at least where I'm at, is not bad enough. Not even close for tornadoes. Not even close. So I don't know. But that's not to say that, some feeder band could come through and then, let's see. Joe Gonzalez. I see Anthony Kyle, Ray Sosa. They dominated. Yes, sir. Joe Gonzalez. Big O. Maybe I missed your discussion on Josh Allen knockout concussion and Buffalo putting him back in. Double standard, triple standard, whatever it is, dude. What do you want me to tell you, man? Dolphins get screwed, and they do that to Josh Allen, and the NFL is full of shit about protecting players, and teams are full of shit about caring about players, and players are full of shit about protecting themselves. Look at Tua, look at Josh Allen. So, in the end, look at the dirty shots that they take at each other to knock themselves out or break their bones or all of that. Players don't give a shit about other players. Okay? Who asked it, Joe? They don't look at their opponents or their, let's say coworkers, because they're all coworkers. They don't look at them as brothers and fathers and uncles and sons. They don't look at them like that. So if players don't give a shit about players and they'll take dirty shots to hurt them, if the NFL doesn't give a shit about players, they just lie about it. They lied about head trauma for decades. They knew that head trauma existed and the damage. And then players, they don't care because they just want to make the money and they'll take the hits. And look at Tua. Tua doesn't give a shit about his body, hips, concussions, ankles, all that. He puts his team in peril. He puts his fan base in headaches. He doesn't give a shit, right? He doesn't give a shit, right? Team doesn't give a shit. League doesn't give a shit. So, you know what, bro? Screw them all. That's all. Why should we have any sympathy? They try to purposely injure each other. The league doesn't care if they get injured. They don't care if they get injured. Why should we care? Why should we feel sorry? I don't know. Maybe we're the only human ones that feel sorry, right? Because my reaction was, wow, Tua, man, you're a father and a husband now. You got $50 million in the bank. You've made a bunch of commercials. Maybe you should walk away. No. You don't care. Doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. He's not worried about that. He's not worried about being a father or a husband. So then why am I worried about him being a father or a husband? Just because I'm a father or a husband? You know? After it didn't work out for me at all in San Francisco, they offered me a job to stay there on the English side. And I said, no, I want to go back to Miami. I want to live in Miami. I want to stay with my family. I don't want to do this moving shit anymore. Because for me, I was more about my family now at that point. I'll work my job, my craft. I can make it happen in Miami. I'm good. You know? And I've done it. 27 years later, after doing that national stuff, I said, that's it. And I told my wife, I'm not moving ever again. I'm not doing this shit. I'm not going to be the guy that's going to be just to stay in this business. I'm going to be working, in different markets for a few years and then move and all that. I've seen that from other people, and that's not my style. I'm a Miami guy. I'm a South Florida guy. And I left the first time because it was really good money. It was allowing me to get by in San Francisco and support in South Florida. That's a lot of money. So I couldn't pass it up, right? But after that, I was like, nah, the money isn't worth it anymore. Family's better for me. But everybody has their own choices, right? So Tua makes his choice. What am I going to do? Josh Allen, he makes his choice. He knows his eggs were scrambled. He knows he's toast. He's got to know that by the end of his career, he's going to have long-term damage, but he doesn't give a shit. So why should you give a shit? Explain to me why any of us should give a shit about any of these people. Tell me. Explain to me, where have they earned that? Where have they earned our depression, our concern? Where did they earn that? I'm sorry. Because they don't have it for themselves. They have no sympathy for themselves. When they're taking a dirty shot at somebody else, there's no sympathy there. So why the fuck should we have sympathy? I'm just wondering. I just want to throw it out there, make you guys think a little bit, because you really never look at it that way. And you never look at Tua that way, which we have to look at Tua that way. You can't feel sorry for Tua anymore, right? He doesn't care. The most important thing to him is football. It's not his health. It's not his family. It's football. Tom Brady, the most important thing to him was football. Not his family, football. It's just kind of the way they're telling us, dude. So you tell me, Joe, why should we give a shit about Josh Allen? Why should we give a shit about Tua Tagovailoa? Why? Why should we? They don't. They don't care about their well-being. They don't care about the long-term effects. I'm just wondering, why should we be the ones to have the real human emotions? when the league doesn't, the team doesn't, the physicians don't, the players don't, the trainers don't. Everyone involved, they don't. So you tell me, how screwed up is that? Just think about that. None of them truly care when it's all optics. It's all bullshit. We should go back to smelling salts. 2, good. Get back in there. Right? Oh, he wobbled. Okay, we got halftime. Can he come back out? Yeah, let's go. Let's roll. I'm just wondering, please, anybody got logic here? Show me, tell me. Why should we give a shit? Let's see. Let me ask you something. Hypothetically, if they told you cannot do sports talk ever again because it will affect your health, would it be easy for you to walk away? Yeah. Yeah. I have a better one for you. If Bitcoin goes to 10 million, watch me walk away. You don't even need my help. So, you know. By the way, Frankie, I missed out on opportunities to leave again for more money. I had about 3 opportunities that were really good. I could have left. 2 national gigs and another gig in another state. Drive time. Didn't want to leave. I wasn't going to move again and all that. The first go round, I told my wife I signed they offered me a 2-year contract in San Francisco. And I turned it down, and I got a 1-year contract with a option for a second, my option. That's how I had my agent negotiate it. And so then that way, if I liked it in San Francisco, because I knew I loved the money, everybody loves the money, but I had to love being there. And then I was going to tell my wife, okay, if everything went well, then she would leave her job. Remember, she's a teacher, union, pension, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So there's time you have to build there. That's important to her. But we were really young. This was, 27 years ago. And so this was really young in our relationship and our marriage. It was really like in the beginning of our marriage, actually, because we were 6.5 years together before we got married. We waited till we were established in our careers and making money before we got married. We didn't want to get married until we had money. And then we didn't want to we waited another 6 years to have our kid because we wanted to be financially balanced before we had our kid so we can provide for our kid. We're like a methodical bunch. My wife and I, we kind of take our time to do things. We kind of think it out, and we're not in a hurry to like kind of go crazy about all of this. So I said the same thing. I said, instead of the 2-year contract, let me just dive in. I'll take a 1 year with a 1-year option. And if I like it there, then you'll make the move and you'll leave. And then you'll go into the California school system instead and build your pension there and all that kind of crap. 6 months in, chapter 11. They weren't really as committed as they said. And so they wanted to eliminate the Spanish sports talk side. And they said, hey, you want to work on the English side? But they offered me less money. And it was like 25% less, which was still a lot of money. But I said, no, I came here to do a nationally syndicated Spanish sports talk show, something new, something dynamic, something that's fresh that nobody has ever done, and so they weren't really committed to it. So I left and I came back to Miami. So for me, it was more about being in Miami and definitely being with my family, So, some of us have the priorities and some of us don't. And you can prove it to me by showing me what you do, not what you say. And so I've proven it that for 30 years, I didn't move again. And I wasn't going to do that to my wife. And by the way, she's built up her pension, Frankie. And so she's fine now. You know what I'm saying? And so we made the right decision then. And we stayed with it because family is first. And so that's kind of our priority. You know, I've said this story before. I moved around. I went to the kindergarten that didn't fit the elementary, that didn't fit the junior high, that didn't fit the high school. Why? Because I kept moving. So I had to make new friends in every school. In fact, in elementary, I had 2 different elementaries, public and private, and then went back to public school to a junior high that had nothing to do. I know it's middle school now. Had nothing to do with my private school, and it had nothing to do with my public school. And then I had to go to another public school. I had nothing to do with my junior high. So I had to, you know. And when my wife and I got married, I said we need to find a home and stay in it until at least our daughter graduates, because she will not go through the same shit I did of having to move and having to learn new friends. So she's still in the same house from when she was in kindergarten to elementary, to middle school, to high school, to college. You know, for some of us, family is, you know, a little bit of a priority because you don't want to juggle and screw up their lives. Or my wife's. Just because I have dreams and aspirations, I have to be able to balance them within the parameters of what we're doing. And I've been more than fine. I've had a fantastic and a super blessed career, better than most. And the beauty is, man, I think I've worked like, I don't know, maybe 15, 18 of my 30-something years, or maybe 20 at home. So I took my daughter to school all throughout elementary and middle school because I was working in the mornings, early in the mornings, or I was working in the afternoons, and I always had the morning available to take her to school because I was either doing 5 to 7, and then I'd take her to school right there, or I was doing afternoons and I could still take her in the mornings. So, you know, I've been super, super blessed, you know. So the fact that I got to take my daughter every day to school, you know, again, tell me what you do, not what you say. You could talk all the shit you want in the NFL that you're looking out for player safety. Look at Josh Allen. Buffalo Bills training staff, you could tell me all you want about the safety. You put him back in. Josh Allen, you could tell me that you give a shit about your body. You went right back in. I'm sorry, didn't I put out the example of Jalen Phillips? Anybody challenging the Dolphins there on that? Because he injured his knee, and an injury-prone player, they said, oh, let's put a brace on that knee, you know, the same leg that has a repaired Achilles, and you just go on out there again, young man, and you go give us a nice effort. And Jalen Phillips said, yes, sir, I'm going to go out there because I'm Superman and no one's going to stop me because I've never been stopped before. I'm Jalen Phillips. I'm Mr. Durable. So Mr. Durable doesn't really care about himself. The trainers don't care about him. The team doesn't care about him. The NFL doesn't care about him. So you tell me. When irresponsibility is shown at every single level, what are we supposed to do as fans? I don't know. You tell me, man. What are we supposed to do? Aren't all these things in place for this not to happen? But yet we watch it wide open. Wide open. That's Jalen Phillips. Often injured Jalen Phillips. Coming off the field with a knee injury. Interesting enough, he was healthy enough to go back out and play. Interesting enough, he's not healthy enough to continue playing the second time he got injured. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. You're not a doctor. We didn't sleep at Holiday Inn last night, right? But I'm going to guess that tear in the knee, when do you think it happened? The first time when they put the brace, or after they put the brace and they sent him back out there? Just wondering. Why should we give a shit? Why are we the ones that feel bad? Why are we the ones, oh, pobrecito, oh, God, I hope he heals up fast, the poor guy, this, that, when he doesn't care? He's not looking out for himself. He doesn't realize, hey, man, I probably shouldn't go back in the game. And he shouldn't. But now let's just go set him back out and just ruin him for the rest of the year. And you know what? Let's just pile on another injury on him and another rehab because, that helps long term. More injuries, more tears, more rehab. All that just makes you a better player. So, I don't know. You guys look at it however you want, but, it just gets to a point where as a big-time Tua supporter from day one, I can tell you he behaves zero sympathy for Tua at this moment. He chose to take the hit and put us in a position we are in right now. I'm pretty pissed off, and you should be, because he refuses to make smart decisions on the field. He's not a smart player at times on the field, and he really can't compartmentalize responsibility with trying to win. And so he's irresponsible, and it ruins your chances to win. That's not a good combination. It's just not a good combination. By the way, that last rant you got there in 10 minutes, see if you get that anywhere else. See if how many people got balls to talk about shit like that. Anyway. The Dolphins were built improperly right from the start. You can add all the speed and talent you want, but winning teams start in the trenches on both sides of the ball, period. I know, but you saw the trench work this past week? I've seen it against Buffalo. I've seen it against Green Bay. I've seen moments, or is it that the coach doesn't dedicate himself, especially when it's working? Maybe you can dominate? No. Be one of the best lines and shit like, no. We're talking like the Cowboys of the mid-90s or some shit like that. No, I'm not talking about that. The Eagles or something. No, I'm not talking about that. But you could be good enough to run the ball if you actually had a coach that would, dedicate himself to the run. Maybe it works more. I just, again, the talent gets pointed out more because the coach is inept. Again, you're 3-2, 4-1 right now. Nobody's talking about the talent. But you have bad coach and you have a quarterback that can't make good decisions. This is the position you're in. It's because of those two guys more than anything else. It's really not the talent or the injuries or anything else. It's the one guy that chooses to get injured, and it's the one coach that can't coach. And by luck, he ended up sticking to the run this week. And that's why they won. But you just wonder, wow, dude, when it works, how come you don't stay with it? It's the weirdest thing. Mike McDaniel is a smart guy, but then he does these things that make no sense. He's a beautiful human being, but there are just these moments of just stupidity that leave you in this place where, like, what are you doing, bro? Just crazy shit, unfortunately. Let's see. What else do we have? Jay Gelfin says, remember to smash the like button. Thank you. Big O, since your Dolphins priest, did O.J. Simpson make it to hell or heaven? Oh, God, he raced to hell. There is no doubt about that. He is raced to hell. Big O, how dare you speak about sports, life, politics, music, crypto, and more? How dare you have the ability to do so? How dare you have 34 years in and be free to be your own boss? Best in the biz. Thank you. True fan. I appreciate you. Thank you. And your amazing family. Thank you, sir. Edward Thurston House is San Francisco's the most expensive city to live in, and it's bad today to live in. Yeah, and I lived in Tiburon, which is 2 bridges, 2 islands from San Francisco. It's Tiburon, it's Sausalito, and then I'm sorry, it's San Francisco, Tiburon, and Sausalito. No, I'm sorry. San Francisco, Sausalito, Tiburon. And so I always explain to people, Tiburon is Key Biscayne with mountains, basically. Okay, beautiful. Key Biscayne is beautiful, but think about Key Biscayne with mountains. It's pretty awesome. I had a balcony that I just saw the bay and the city and the bridge, and it was really, 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 really cool, man. Really cool. Really nice place to live back then. Okay, I know San Francisco's kind of changed now, and it's a little rough on the edges at this point in time. But back then, it was absolutely awesome, dude. Let's get to our 3A Graphics sports calendar, man. And the great Alan Blanco. Please call him for custom printing and embroidery, 786-618-1443 last night. The champs were back. Game 1, they're 1-0, undefeated, baby. And they crushed the Bruins. I know 6-4 doesn't seem like they crushed them, but they crushed them, trust me. Sam Bennett had 2 goals. They also announced that Carter Verhaeghe has signed an 8-year extension worth $56 million, $7 million a year average, and he's locked into the 32-33 season. He is 29 years old, so that is one hell of a deal, and they'll have him here. And hockey players, by the way, play well into their 30s. So just in case if you don't follow it. Thursday, they're on the road in Ottawa, 7 o'clock. Let's go, 2-0. The Lynx last night, I failed you. I told you I was taking the Sun plus 4.5, and they ended up losing by 11 as the Lynx beat the Sun 88-77. Apologies, I got to make up for that. Nafisa Collier was awesome yesterday, 27 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. They now advance, and they will take on the Liberty tomorrow night. The WNBA Finals will begin, and it'll be at 8 o'clock. Liberty at the Lynx, and the Lynx looking for that title. Sabrina Ionescu and company. Liberty favored by 6. The over and under is 159.5. Lynx are plus 195, and Liberty minus 238. Baseball yesterday, Mets over the Phillies. They lead the series 2-1 with a 7-2 win. Dodgers lose to the Padres 6-5. San Diego now leads the series 2-1. Today at 3, it's the Guardians and the Tigers tied at 1 at 3 o'clock. 5 o'clock, Phillies and Mets. The Mutts are leading 2-1. 7:08, Yankees and KC knotted up at 1. And then at 9:08, Dodgers and Padres. And again, Padres leading 2-1. NBA preseason action. The Hornets defeat the Heat 111-108. Bam with 13 points. He did shoot 2 of 5 from 3-point range. So continuing the activity from 3-point range. But you know how it is with Bam. He'll even start off aggressively offensive like he did last year. He started off to be aggressive on the offensive end, and then he went back to being Bam passive. I don't know. Maybe, his new girlfriend. Maybe his new girlfriend will motivate him. Who knows? Khalil Ware, by the way, had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and 4 blocks. Sunday, they take on Fly Pelican Fly. 3:30. That is your 3A Graphics sports calendar. All right. Let's see. What else do we have? Aaron Rodgers is not worth firing the head coach over, especially when he's probably the main reason the New York Jets offense is not doing well. He's older. He's not the same player. Who knows what to believe in that soap opera, but it's got to be Aaron Rodgers. And there's some report that Salah was going to fire the offensive coordinator. Damn it, what's his name now? His buddy from Green Bay. Jesus Christ. What's his damn name?
Tackett or something? What's his name?
Hackett. So there was word that he was going to not fire Hackett, but relieve the play calling duties and hand it over to another guy that I forgot his name also. And so word got back, and so this became a problem. Or that it was Salah wearing a Palestinian. Is it no not Palestinian? It's no. They are right now. They are Lebanon, a Lebanese flag, because he has Lebanese background, and so right now, Israel is in the middle of in Lebanon, and they're going after Hezbollah, and they took down the head of Hezbollah, his replacement's replacement. Netanyahu even said that. He goes, no, we took out his replacement and his replacement's replacement. That's some G shit, by the way. Anyway, so and they're in the middle of that, and the owner of the Jets is Jewish. But again, we have to compartmentalize in this world. It's not Russian people, it's Putin. It's not North Korean people, it's Kim Jong-un. Okay? It's not the Lebanese people, it's Hezbollah. It's not the Yemen people, it's the Houthis. It's not some of the Palestinian people, it's the what's the name of that terrorist group from Gaza? Anyway, so you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? It's not the Venezuelan people, it's the Venezuelan government. That these are the issues, and it sullies the people at times, and then we treat them the same way, and we should not. They're stuck there. It's not their, it's bad luck that they're stuck there. It's not that they choose to even follow the same politics. Hell, some of them, even when they're interviewed, they have to be puppets and say the right thing, or if not, they're going to get jailed or killed or whatever, So that's our problem here. And so he's wearing the flag. And is it really the Lebanese people that are against the Jews? No, it's Hezbollah that has taken over in that country. And so that's kind of the problem with all of this. So I don't know, was he wearing the Lebanon flag? Is he going to relieve duties from the offensive coordinator? Is it that Aaron Rodgers and him don't get along? There's a lot of things that people are throwing around in the Jets stuff. And I probably enlightened you guys on some things that you probably didn't even realize were going on. Okay, so I don't know, man. I don't know what's what. He wasn't a good coach anyways. You know what I'm saying? And the Aaron Rodgers thing is a cancer. He's a cancer. I'm not going to disagree with it. But there's so many things that people are throwing around that I have no idea what is fact and what isn't fact. Okay? Anyway, good morning, Big O. Facts, Big O, but in the world's mindset and money power that rules all evil. Unfortunately, happens a lot, sir. Although it's no comparison at this stage, it seems like Wright has a little Frank Gore in him, doesn't he? He's a tough sumbitch. He's a different runner than Mostert. Mostert can run hard at times, but he can't stay that way because he'll break down, unfortunately. You got to keep Mostert in that 15, 16 carry area. You start going to 18 and 20. Again, we get back to responsibility. Do you give a shit about the human being? Okay, then don't give him 20 carries because Raheem Mostert's going to break down. You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, this is, I don't know, coach, Dolphin trainers. Okay, let me introduce this guy's Jalen Phillips. He has a long injury history. Not sure if you guys know this. He's coming back from an Achilles. He just limped to the sideline with a knee issue. You might want to hold him out for the rest of the game because who knows? You know, you got a bye week coming up. Give him some rest. He's ready for the rest of the season. Nah, let's just put a brace on. Jalen, you'll be all right because this is your history. You've played with all kinds of nicks and injuries and all. You're super durable. Go on out there. Anybody challenge the Dolphins on that yet? No, I don't think so. They might be worried about getting an interview later. And by the way, the players union ain't got shit to say here. Because Josh Allen wanted to go back in. Jalen Phillips wants to go back in. Tua would have already been playing. So, again, why should you care? Gives you something to think about, doesn't it? When you sit there in your sympathy and you worry about an injury, oh, this, that. Should you? If they don't, if nobody around them doesn't, just keep, the examples are endless. Anyway, yeah, Wright and Achane are definitely special. There's no doubt about that. Is Chubb close to coming back, Steven? I have no idea. Injuries are really tough to get information from in that place. I think I've told you guys this for a couple of years now. It's that's something that they're not very open about when it comes to it. When it comes to injuries, they're not very open about injuries. Somehow or another, they don't really care about if you get injured or get you back in, but the information about the injury, they're kind of tight about that. They're very protective of the injury information, not of the player, but of the injury information. I believe that sarcasm and air biscuit bombardment are related in that one temperature than the other. Oh, that's for True FinFan, definitely, when you start talking about farts. Don't forget Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo. You can also send in a Bitcoin or Ethereum donation, which we love that. We love our Bitcoin and Ethereum donations. My buddy just sent me that Netflix is to release an Iron Maiden documentary in March of 2025. I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. Christian DiMartino, thank you for the love on Venmo, sir. Honestly, I've been disgusted with the Finns. However, I'm going to try and be positive. With Tua coming back, and if he plays smart, and we stick to the run game, which opens up the pass game, I think we can resurrect this season. Let's go, Mets. You know what, Christian? Most people would tell you you're freaking delusional, you're crazy, but I'm going to go with you on that crazy-ass ride. But it's a big if, right? Because Tua hasn't proven to us he knows how to play smart. No, I'm sorry. No. Let me phrase that the proper way. Tua has proven to us he refuses to play smart. Let's do it the right way. Refuses, because he has the ability to play smart, but he refuses to play smart. And Mike McDaniel refuses to coach smart. So yeah, that, my friend, is definitely a problem. I would agree with that. Yeah, a huge problem. Thank you for the Venmo. Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo, and we are at 61,800 right now. So again, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful buying zone. Absolutely beautiful. And I got some good news too on the crypto side, and some inspiring news for some of you out there. Again, not a financial advisor, but just want to throw it out there for you all. Let's see. Achan is more versatile player. However, Wright may end up being the more reliable player, and his ability will not be too far off Achan. Yes, I agree. I think that it's a good future of a little more thunder and lightning, where Wright can be a little more thunder, and Achan is definitely lightning. He's not really thunder. You should not be using Achan in any kind of thunder role. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I would like to get another running back next season that's a little bit more of a bruiser behind Wright. Another guy that, if I can find a guy that has another 10, 15 pounds, but can also move a little bit, not necessarily a prodder, but somebody who's got some decent feet, I would love to get that and add it to this offense. Of course, more than anything else, get a couple of big fat men up front that can move some people too at the same time. That's very important. And listen, Patrick Paul is obviously the guy being groomed for left tackle, and he's a big sumbitch that can move people. You know what I'm saying? So that's good to know. And hopefully you can find maybe another interior lineman next year at some point in the draft, early in the draft, and get a bad mother at that spot. That would be really, really nice. What else do we have? Christian Wilkins. Damn, dude. He suffered a Jones fracture in his foot. He'll be placed on the IR, so it looks like he'll at least miss 4 games, may miss more. 2 sacks on the season, 2 tackles for losses, obviously the sacks. He's got 6 QB hits and 17 tackles through the first 5 games of the year. So Christian Wilkins having a decent season, but obviously this is not something that they were looking for, unfortunately. So sad. But again, with our luck, you keep them, and then that injury, and you're freaking out like, damn, how come our guys get injured all over the place? It's just, we just kind of look at, it's kind of like that guy. Oh, it's great to see Michael Irvin on the sidelines. That Michael Irvin's been on the sidelines and he's done this crap before. It's just the team was shitty. It's just you don't remember it because the team was shitty. But yeah, he made his cameos trying to pump up or get on board at one moment or another, or that kind of stuff. I remember especially when they got that Northwestern class. Oh yeah, Michael Irvin was all over it. And then he disappeared again. And then he came back during Mark Rick. And then he disappeared again. And then, so. Let's see what else. So we are not getting that compensatory pick. Yeah, of course. Because of the big contract, you're still working on a 3rd rounder right now. Yeah, he got that big ass contract. So I think because of the contract, Miami will get the 3rd rounder because he's a 1st rounder. So Miami will get the 3rd rounder. Yeah. Do not see the new Joker. Victoria and I went, and she said after, hey, let's just go buy the plastic Ono box set for the perfect soundtrack for me, asking you to drive us off the bridge. By the way, you're not the only one, Dougie Fresh. Several people have told me that the Joker is not that good. Now, I think I've told you guys this, that I'm superheroed out. So I don't really go to see superhero movies anymore. And if I see them on television, I run into them. I don't really go out of my way to watch any superhero movies anymore. Pretty much, I have to run into them on television, and oh, this is that Avengers that came out. All right, maybe I'll watch it. That's how I do it. This is the fourth different version of Spider-Man. Okay, I'll give it a shot. You know what I mean? And it might be even halfway through the movie where I'm watching it. Or maybe I'll only watch the first half or something like that. So I am the wrong person for superhero movies because I am kind of superhero villained out, I guess, in this case. Either way, I'm kind of done with it almost. It kind of bores me already at this extent. I guess since I've lived the comic book era and the cartoon era and all the early movies and all that, it just, they dragged me to the Deadpool Wolverine one, and I was not impressed whatsoever. I went because I went to hang out with my family. That's it. I wanted to hang out. It's what my daughter wanted to do, so I'll go do it. She even told me, I know, Dad, you're probably not going to like it. She even knew it, because she knows me. I'm pretty open about who I am, that's all. Just tell you. But I wanted to go. I told her, no, but let's go. Let's go. We'll go eat something after and, make it a night and all that. And it's about hanging out with my daughter. She likes it. She loves the Deadpool humor. I don't find his sarcasm funny, to be quite honest. Actually an overly sarcastic superhero is jumping the shark for me. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. Maybe it's because I'm 58. But yeah. So I'm not the guy for superhero movies. I'm kind of superheroed out or villained out. It's got to be like a Heath Ledger thing, Okay, it's pretty good, Mark Whitterich, run into this one. The Penguin on my daughter's watching it and she's loving it, and she's into all these superhero things. She's of the age, and I will say this: I have not watched it, so I am completely ignorant here. But the character is perfect. Perfect. It's Colin Farrell, right? Perfect. I mean, the makeup, everything, freaking nailed it. Okay? Because I saw it for a couple of minutes because I was there. I walked into her room. She was watching it. And so I stood there for a couple of minutes, and I was like, I like the actor. I like the character. I have not watched it, so I don't know anything about it. But my daughter loves it. She wants me to watch it also. So, anyway. Yes, R.I.P. Louis Tiant. Yes. Boyhood idol of mine because he played with the Red Sox, my favorite team, and was Cuban in the majors, one of the very few at the time. Yeah, at the time, there wasn't a lot of Cubans in the majors, obviously, because it's the few that could get out of the island. Again, not the Cuban people. It's the government. Separate the two. It's not, the Haitian people. It's their governments and their situations that they've been in. It's, it's tragic, but it's not that really Haitian people are bad people. And I know they're being portrayed like that. And it disgusts me, by the way, because my first couple of years, all I did was work with the Haitian community at LQI and WKAT. And all I can tell you is that the Haitian community is an absolutely beautiful community. I know their island is a mess, and politically it's almost impossible to fix. It's been going on for over 100 years, 200 years, whatever. It's been going on. It's a mess. I get it, but the ones that get out, they're absolutely amazing. And all they want to do when they get here is work their asses off. That's all I experienced at LQI and KAT. Really, 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 really good, down-to-earth people, man. So it's kind of a shame what's gone on and how the lies and how they're being portrayed. It's disgusting, quite frankly. Let's see. Dougie pointed out something when Jawan James signed that big contract with Denver and got hurt. It affected the 3rd round pick and it fell to 5th round. Yeah, and Jawan was a late 2nd rounder, I believe. Right? I want to say he was picked like in the 50s or something like that. Late 40s. I want to say. Let me see. That's probably why, because it was a lower round draft pick. He was picked, let's see. No, 1st round 19th, actually. So 7 picks, right? What's Wilkins? 12 or something? 13, I want to say. So 6, 7 picks. So Jawan James was a 1st rounder. Well, I don't know what the formula is, but I read somebody that follows a stupid formula, and I don't know, but he says that because of the contract, you still get the 3rd rounder. So I don't know if it's maybe Jawan didn't sign the contract and is a lower pick, or compensatory rules have changed, but I can't tell you the formula at all. So I would be lying if I told you what the formula is, because I don't know it. That would not make any sense. I would be misleading you. But I did read somebody in the media that follows it and said that they still believe the Dolphins will get the 3rd rounder. I don't know. We'll see. Luis Tiant is the greatest pitcher Cuba has ever given to the majors. I met and spoke to him, a great man with a hard story, as most Cubans. Rest in peace. Yeah. And he lived a long time, man. He got a great life in. He was 80 something years old, I believe. So he did well. He did well. Any of us that get to our 80s, bro, you are doing absolutely phenomenal. Big O, do you think Nova Southeastern men's basketball team will win another D2 title? They're creating a dynasty over there, and their head coach should be ranked in our top 10 local head coach. He already is. He's in my top 5, I believe. I don't care about anybody else's rankings. Our rankings are the only ones that matter, bro. Let's see where our coaches' rankings are. I'll give you our coaches' rankings.
Hey, yo.
Yes.
So the way it works is the players are ranked by annual salary from the lowest to the highest, getting 1 point, 2 points for the second lowest, 3, and so on. Then this is where maybe Jawan James, then you get additional points based on honors or participation. First team All NFL by the AP is worth 20 points. All conference, if not all pro, is worth 5 points, 1 point for each percent of the total offensive and defensive plays in which the player participated on offense and defense. Then all those points are tallied for a financial numerical value. And then that's where it comes into play on where you rank as far as the pick. So really you won't know until March where the pick ranks. But right now it looks like it's going to be the number 3 pick.
Okay. And hopefully he does come back and plays a little bit more, which would be good if they can do that. That would be nice. It would be good for him too, because he's a good dude, bro. You know, again, why should I feel sorry? What am I doing? Why do I have sympathy? Oh, man. Is that screwed up or what? Let's see. Where is this thing? Where is our rankings? I know I have it here somewhere. Don't know where the hell it's at now. Okay. Maybe I can find it this way. Here we go. This way, I think we'll be able to find it. Let me see. Well, I was hoping to find it. No. I know I have a list, and I don't know why I can't find my damn list. But I do have a list, and obviously Spo is number one, and then Paul Maurice is number two. He took over from Larinaga last year by winning the championship. He knocked Larinaga down to number three, and he took the number two spot. I believe he might have the fourth spot. I'm not sure, but I believe he has the fourth spot. If that's my guess. Mario Cristobal has a chance. He was down in the dumps in that ranking. Him and Mike McDaniel were pretty low in the rankings, if I remember correctly. Thought I had it here, but I don't know why I can't find the damn list. Oh, well. Sorry. Hopefully I'll find it down the line. Yes, it is time to do some things, some work here on the show. First of all, the Panthers. They got it done yesterday, 6-4. Sean Stanley, it is time to light it up. Let's pull it out of the humidor. Let's grab the cutter. Let's cut that tip. Let's get ready to spark it up and give the Panthers a victory cigar. And then Carter Verhaeghe got an 8-year, $56 million extension, which averages $7 million per season. And we always like figuring out who is the Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night. And after last night, I know who's my Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
Who's last night's MVP?
For your complete landscape solutions anywhere in South Florida, there's only one MVP. CuttersEdgePro.com.
Here's our CuttersEdgePro.com MVP of the night.
Vinny Viola and Doug Sifu are my Cutter's Edge Pro MVPs of the night. You know, William Quigley is the lead dog at Cutter's Edge Pro. And I love using stories that, relate to what we're talking about. And you cannot have a great hockey organization if you don't have great owners. You can have the best landscaping organization in South Florida if you don't have great leadership. And William Quigley, the owner, the leader, the creator, the man, the myth, the legend behind everything. That's the reason why Cutter's Edge Pro is what it is. That's why their logo is expect excellence. You got to have some balls to say expect excellence. Why? Because that's what he demands from his employees. That's what the employees demand from themselves. And that's the results that you end up getting as a customer. So guess what happens with Viola and Sifu? They re-sign everybody. They re-sign all their key stars. They have the best GM in the business. They brought in a great coach. They make every change they have to make. They need to get a great goaltender. They make it. They got to go get themselves a superstar. They bring Kachuk. They've got to improve their defense. They get it done. Whatever it is, draft picks, great GMs. And then the financial commitment that you want, a practice rank that is second to none. I don't know what more we could ask of Viola and Sifu. This ownership group, since they took over, all it's done is gotten better and better and better and better. And they've done everything to tell the South Florida community we are committed. And when you pick up the phone and call Cutter's Edge Pro at 954-472-0622, you're going to get a committed group. By the way, maintenance is very important. So if you can't keep it up because you don't have a green thumb, it's not an easy thing, or you don't have enough time, Call Cutter's Edge Pro. They can help you maintain your business, your HOA complex, your home, and they can make it even look better. And maybe you can add more to it. It's a beautiful thing. And if you have any damage and you need some cleanup, please call Cutter's Edge Pro. They can help you out. Don't start handling the stuff around the roof and wires and stuff like that. That is dangerous. Call professionals, call Cutter's Edge Pro, and they're fully insured. 954-472-0622. Vinny Viola, Doug Sifu. That is the Cutter's Edge Pro MVPs of the night.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by CuttersEdgePro.com. Servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, and malls throughout South Florida. CuttersEdgePro.com. Providing South Florida MVP performance every day of the year.
Oh, damn, dude. You killed me with that one, Josh. Jalen Wright is a faster Trent Richardson? He's a faster bust? Can you at least compare Jalen Wright to a player that's successful? Do you have to like Trent Richardson, my ass? Seriously? You know I'm a Dolphins fan, right? I suffer enough. Josh Miller, have a heart, bro. Why you got to do that to my Jalen Wright? Why you got to do that to me? I'm a Dolphins. Aren't you a Dolphins fan? What do you want to compare anything to Trent Richardson? I don't want to know anything about Trent Richardson. I don't want to know that I have a player that's like Trent Richardson. Looks like him, acts like him, runs like him, plays like him. No. That's not nice. I'm out of water. I don't have a backup bottle here. Damn it. Let's see. Good morning, O'Shawn, and all of you out there. Stay safe during the storm, people. Khalil Ware was balling last night. I know, right? That was pretty cool to watch. That was pretty cool. I had it on the side TV. I was watching, obviously the Panthers got my attention on the main one, but yeah, dude. Yeah. That was fun. That was fun. Big O, will you send a response email to our Oz picks? Just want to make sure you receive my email. Dude, did you send it to Big O Radio Show at yahoo.com? Yeah, you'll be fine. Shuggy Wuggy. Shuggy Wuggy. Is that your email, Shuggy Wuggy? You want me to make you feel good right now? Let's see. Big O Radio Show at Yahoo. Oh, by the way, for those of you that may not know, because thank you, Shuggy Wuggy. We are doing a contest, and the contest ends on Sunday. You got to enter by Sunday midnight. You got to send me an email at bigoradioshow@yahoo.com. You only get one guess, and that's it. Put your full name, email. Well, I got your email. Your address, your cell number, so we can reach you if you win. You got to give me the total ums and ahs that Mike McDaniel will have in next week's press conferences starting next Monday through Sunday's postgame of the Colts. Sean will tally it all by Monday or early Tuesday morning. He'll have the winner, and then Tuesday we'll announce the winner. And if there's a tie, you guys will split the prize, but I doubt there'll be a tie. You only get one guess. So if I see emails from the same person with different names and addresses, and you're going to be, I'm going to just kick your ass out. Okay. So just send one email with the one guess. How many total ums and ahs will Mike McDaniel have starting next Monday through Sunday's Colts postgame press conference? Okay. The total ums and ahs. 9 different Big O Show shirts and a hat. That's the grand prize. It's only one prize. We're not giving anything away. Okay, anything else, but that's good enough. That's a couple $100, several hundred, like $300. Shuggy Wuggy. I don't know what. Let me see. Are you? I don't see Shuggy Wuggy here. I see a bunch of them, but I don't see the name Shuggy Wuggy. What name is it, Shuggy Wuggy? See, now you got to say your real name, dude. You know? You can't just hide behind Shuggy Wuggy. You know, just because, you know, the missus calls you Shuggy Wuggy. And so, I'll name myself Shuggy Wuggy. We got to know what your real name is. Jeremy Silverstein. You're here, bro. You're here. Jeremy Silverstein. Total ums and ahs. Hello, Big O Show and Sean. My guess is, I'm not going to say what your guess is. I haven't even opened the email, but I can see it right from there. So, Shuggy Wuggy, you're in. You're safe. Okay? So, you got it. You must guess the total ums and ahs starting on Monday's press conference with Mike McDaniel through next Sunday and the Indianapolis post-game press conference. Every press conference that is put on MiamiDolphins.com. Okay, by the way, Sean, count them when they're put on MiamiDolphins.com, not live. You understand why I say that, correct? Okay, because sometimes they'll edit a couple of seconds at the beginning or at the end or something. And if he does the live ones, but you don't see the live ones and you only see the recorded ones that are on MiamiDolphins.com, it'll be a total different number. So I'd rather Sean just count the ones that the Miami Dolphins finally put on their website, on their YouTube site. So he won't do the live one. He'll wait till it's Mike McDaniel officially put on there. And then that way, those are the ones that you will have access to. You know what I mean? Now, you won't be able to do it live. You'll have to have your number in before any of those press conferences go. But, you know, just for you know, what's it called? For legit purposes. So it's all, you know, but I saw it live and he had some extra. No. The ones that the Dolphins have left recorded on there after they edited it. Boom. And that's it. Because sometimes he'll screw around with the reporters for the first 10, 15, 20 seconds. And he might have an and or ah then. Well, when is he not going to have an and an ah in everything that he says? You know, it's going to take a long time for Sean to count those things. It might take him into like next month. It might take him a month to count them all. Who knows? I mean, I'm hoping he has it by Tuesday of the following week. Who knows? This might be tough. But if you want to win, send it in at Big O Radio Show at yahoo.com. And it's got to be in by Sunday midnight. If from 12:01 on, I'm not even looking at them. I'm just erasing them. Okay? Don't even bother. Don't even bother. So Sunday midnight. And don't try to cheat by sending in a bunch of them because I'm just going to knock your ass out and you're not even going to be a part of it. Okay? So just be fair, do it one time, and move on. China to inject more liquidity soon, Central Bank of China. Thank you, China. Inject that liquidity. Thank you, China. Give me that liquidity. Woo! Love it. Danny, you're going to have to email. You know, it's email. That's how you get in, bro. Okay. Well, why don't we do this? Since China's going to inject liquidity into their central bank, you know, because that's what every country does, just like us, is print money. And that's why we love talking about Bitcoin. Let's get to our Crypto Bro Show.
The Crypto Bro Show is solely for entertainment purposes. Orlando Alzagari and his guests are not financial advisors or investments consultants. If you ever plan to invest, make sure you do your homework, talk to a professional, and understand investing is very risky and volatile. Good luck in any of your investments, and only invest what you're willing to lose.
Time to log into the blockchain and find out what's the latest in Bitcoin and crypto in our Crypto Bro Show. Crypto Bros. This segment brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Take your home or business to the next level with RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. Call Ray or Mike at 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their fantastic work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island. Crypto Bros. Here's the Crypto Bro himself, Orlando Alzugari.
All right. Welcome back. Yes, sir. This is our 6th edition of the Crypto Bro Show. And you guys wanted some crypto talk. You wanted some Bitcoin talk, blockchain. This is your segment. And remember, we've got 5 other episodes that we've already done. So please go back to watch those. Hit the like buttons, all that kind of stuff. I want to see the interaction behind it so we can keep this thing going and make it grow, too, at the same time to help you guys out, because so many of you are interested in trying to get into crypto or Bitcoin or trying to understand what it is. And as I've been explaining for nearly 5 years on the show, that this is the future financial network. This is the internet. That's what's being created in crypto. That's what's being created in the blockchain. And you're watching, it's not just now retail. People like me, like you, have kept Bitcoin kind of afloat for the first 14 years. In year 15 now, we are watching corporations and financial institutions and countries and cities and states now acquire the greatest asset in the world. And as I've proven in some of the other episodes, and I've shown you the growth of Bitcoin and how it outpaces everything else. And I've got another chart today showing you how it outpaces everything else and why Bitcoin is completely different and why Bitcoin, crypto, and the blockchain are going to be a part of your everyday life, whether you like it or not. That's the interesting part, that people try to walk you off. They try to talk you out of it and mislead you. But meanwhile, everything is being built on it. And that's where we're going and where we're headed. And like I told you about Bahrain the other day, I think it was yesterday that I told you about Bahrain. Well, Palau. And let me show you Palau here. Palau is now, if you're an XRP person, you're going to love this, because Palau has launched a blockchain. Okay. Now, Palau, when we talk about Palau, it's like these are islands. It's like 340 islands, and it's in a sub-region of the Western Pacific. Okay. They're now launching a blockchain platform for digital savings bonds and is partnering with Ripple to create a dollar-pegged stable coin for its citizens. Blockchain technology is going to take over everywhere. BlackRock just built its own blockchain so they can offload all the Bitcoin from Coinbase onto their own cold storage units. BlackRock, as I gave you months ago, is one of the reasons Ondo Finance is going to be, ONDO. I gave it to you like at 22 cents. It's probably like in the 70s right now. It went all the way to $1. It's going to go to several dollars in this bull run. Ondo is going to be a monster. Blockchain technology is going to take over. Ripple is going to be a part of a lot of the banking systems out there. And one of the things that I want to remind people while we're in this lull, while we're in this dip, while we've been in purgatory, basically in crypto abyss, except for Bitcoin, but altcoins especially. What have you done your homework? If you still feel great about Polkadot like I do, then stay with it or invest more, because now it's at a great price. If you love Ethereum, it's at a terrific price. There's 60% of stable coins in the world are on Ethereum. So many businesses are on Ethereum. And after, their gas fees were so expensive for so many years, now their gas fees are cheap. And they're getting cheaper. So Ethereum is becoming even more decentralized. It's becoming even more mobile. It's becoming even faster. Okay. So, if you feel strong about it, you can, Matic, Sui, Avalanche, whatever it is that you're into, that you did your homework on, then you just stay with that conviction. If you did your homework on whatever it is and you can lower your average or you have a chance to stack, you do it now before the bull run starts, because you will then regret that you didn't buy more. It's like Bitcoin. People that complain or worry about Bitcoin, and I'll get to that one too. There are so many opportunities that you shouldn't even be concerned about it. You know what I'm saying? You should be taking advantage of what's going on, with Bitcoin. So for me, what you want to do, like, I'll give you an example. I'm a huge Star Atlas guy. Okay. And so Star Atlas has two coins, Polis and Atlas. Polis is the DAO. It's the governor coin. Okay. The governance coin. It's where you vote and all that kind of stuff. And it's a limited coin. There's only a certain amount that's set. And it's the one you want to own along with Atlas. Okay. You want to own both. Right. And I'm a big fan of this game. I think this game is going to be freaking enormous. Well, right now, it's under a third of a penny for Atlas. Polis is like, it's at a dip right now at 16 cents, 17 cents. It was at 20. I think it was well over $5. And I think it's going to go to several more dollars on top of that when it's all said and done. So I think both are going to go 100x. But that's just me. I feel strong about it. I've invested in it. I've been investing in it for the last couple of years, and I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to keep accumulating Polis, and I'm going to keep accumulating some Atlas. But obviously, I'm going to load up as much as I can on the Polis, as much as I can, because I love Star Atlas. I think it's going to be one of the more monster, because it's not just a game. It's also a marketplace. Businesses are going to be there. People are going to be able to make a living there. They're going to be able to meet people there. It's like it's a whole different kind of community that's growing, not just a video game, and an amazing video game on top of all of that. But I've done my homework, how I feel. I've talked about Atlas before here on the show. I don't stop accumulating Atlas. When I see something comes down to a point where, oh my God, this is a great buying zone, I just keep buying. So when you have conviction on whatever it is you have conviction on, I don't care if you're a big BitTensor fan or you're a big whatever Cosmos fan or whatever it is that you believe in. Okay, go for it, man. Go for it. If you did your homework and you think this company is going to grow and you think they're going to be a monster like XRP, like a lot of people feel XRP is going to be a monster. And when you see islands like Palau that are going to be reaching out and doing this to better their lives, what do you think bigger economies are going to do? Bigger countries are going to be doing? They're already on board. And even if they're lying to you about it, they're already on board, So it's just kind of interesting to see that story, with Palau. And then we are on the brink of watching the most beautiful president possibly ever in charge of a country. Yep. Maya Parbo. She is running for president of Suriname. Suriname is in South America. It's right next to Venezuela. They have discovered a ton of oil. And because they've discovered a ton of oil, now they have a whole bunch of opportunities. And this lady, who speaks perfect English, by the way, she is one of the candidates that is running to be president. She was quoted, she's a big Bitcoin person. She says, there's a lot you can solve by mining Bitcoin legal tender. And she's right. And she wants her country to use Bitcoin as legal tender. Suriname, by the way, may be one of the best countries in the world to invest in. Now, their infrastructure is way behind, okay? But they have discovered that they have more oil than the Arabs. And right now, the Americans and the French are investing billions, and they are extracting oil off the coast, and their oil is much more cleaner and thinner than Venezuela's. So it's easy, super easy to process and turn around and sell. And by 2028, they're going to be pumping 220,000 gallons of oil a day. Suriname is about to explode as an economy. You are going to hear about Suriname. You're going to hear about companies going into Suriname. You're going to hear about people wanting to move to Suriname, all of those kind of things, because of the amount of money that is coming. But anyway, so Maya is one of the candidates running for presidency. And man, she is absolutely gorgeous and pretty cool to see that they are going to be a country that is going to be enjoying a lot of success down the line. And they could be part of the Bitcoin movement too, because they understand. At least the people that are trying to run their country understand. What else do we have here? Other news to talk about. Let's see what else. Let's get into a little Bitcoin illegalities or legalities, doing illegal things. And we'll start first with the Irish. And the Irish Criminal Assets Bureau has seized $378 million worth of Bitcoin from a drug dealer. The United States also has a lot of Bitcoin too. The U.S. Supreme Court yesterday rejected Battleborn's claim for 69,370 Silk Road Bitcoins, which is $4.4 billion of Bitcoin, clearing the way for the U.S. government to sell it. Now, the U.S. government has a ton more. They have like over 200,000 Bitcoin. They're number one when it comes to the U.S. in the world owning Bitcoin. Now, remember, they sold a little bit of it. Germany sold 2 billion. We dropped into the 50s. We're back into the 60s. So it rebounded right away. The whales ended up buying that Bitcoin. And so some of the stuff that's been going on and why we're here where we're at now at 61 and 62, and we've gone down a little bit. And the people that are selling are the people. What did we tell you on prior episodes? Again, check out the prior episodes. So you can kind of piece everything together and kind of understand everything and have a better understanding of crypto and the business and finances and everything going on in the world. We explained to you that the people that are selling are the people that hold Bitcoin less than 155 days. Those are the lazy people. Those are the people that really never studied Bitcoin, don't believe in it, don't understand it, don't understand what's going on with our money. So they just got in it because of somebody else or whatever, and they're just trying to follow something, and they're going with the wind. And they will sell at a loss or sell it barely at a profit or whatever, and they'll get out. That's who these people are. So those are the ones they're selling. And right now, some of those people are nervous because they hear that the U.S. courts, now that the U.S. government has gotten 4.4 billion more of Bitcoin, and then the Irish now have confiscated 378 million from somebody else. So this is like when they confiscate your home and your money and all that, and they confiscate their Bitcoin too. You know what I'm saying? Although I don't know why they give them the Bitcoin, because you can just have it in your 12 words and say, no, I don't have any, and don't give them anything. And they'll never be able to get it. You know what I mean? But anyway, whatever. That's just something else. And so you look at it, right? And they are nervous. This is what I would tell you. This is what I would tell the U.S. government. And this is what I would tell the Irish. Go ahead, dude. Make my day. Sell it. Make my day. Be stupid, please. I don't think the U.S. government's going to sell. I think both Trump and Harris. Now, Biden, I wouldn't trust. I don't really trust Harris either. I mean, I don't trust Trump either. But Republicans for Bitcoin, I do trust because they've been pro Bitcoin from the get-go. So I do trust. I don't trust Democrats yet. They haven't earned my trust at all when it comes to crypto and Bitcoin. I don't trust them at all. But Harris will be more pro Bitcoin and crypto. She is. Now, where is she on the taxing and all that other stuff? So I don't think the U.S. government's going to sell. The Irish, I don't know, because look at the Germans. The Germans, their economy has gone to shit. I just saw news now from Germany where their GDP predictions, they have now lowered them even more. What's going on in Germany is criminal, dude. That was the heart and soul of production for Europe for many, many years. And what's going on there is nuts. Okay. I mean, Germany has really lost it. And their economy is going to abs. You guys think that you got it tough here and all that. You don't have it tough here. We're well off. Well, I mean, it's not good, but as bad as it is here, we're way better than so many other economies. Most of you don't follow any of this stuff, but we are light years ahead of the German economy. Light years. What's going on there? They are headed to serious hyperinflation. And I mean, some really bad stuff is going on in Germany. Okay. Sad because there's really no reason for it. But anyway, it is what it is. So this is what I would tell you for any of you out there, for you newbies that are into Bitcoin and you haven't had it for a long time. Why don't you study and learn more about it and don't get nervous about it? Because what you should do is have more conviction every day, because the fact that economies are going down. I started the show by telling you China's going to, add more stimulus to their economy, print more money. We're going to be printing more money. Everybody's printing more money. That means they're devaluing their money. Okay. Because that's what they do. Our last two presidents have killed our dollar. Okay. Trump and Biden printed like it was going out of style. All this does is strengthen this. That's all that does, is more power to Bitcoin, more power to Bitcoin, and more power to Bitcoin. And it's only going to go even higher because of all of this. So don't get nervous if the U.S. government thinks of selling, or that now you found out the Irish have seized nearly 400 million of Bitcoin. And are they going to sell it because they want them? Let them sell it. That'll lower the price, and you should gobble it up, because you will be ahead of so many other people. And by the way, notice that the most powerful and most richest people in the world are the ones that are gobbling up all the Bitcoin right now. I wish I could gobble it, but I'm like a little guppy. I'm just getting like a little piece here and a little piece there, whatever. It's mostly for my daughter, because it'll grow for her, not for me. I've lived my life. But those of you out there that, you have a better life, this can really improve your lives and your family's lives. And I'm not a financial advisor, but take advantage. That's all I could say. Okay. What else do we have going on in the world of Bitcoin and crypto? Let's see. Canary Capital, by the way. The Canary is on the loose. They have filed for a spot XRP ETF with the SEC. So I told you about XRP with Palau. Now here's XRP and Capital Canary filing a spot XRP ETF with the SEC following Bitwise's move last week. And they're offering to give access to XRP to their customers for investments. I'm not invested in XRP, but I'll tell you, XRP is phenomenal. I'm not invested in Sui, and Sui is going to be a great blockchain. I don't have money to be in everything, dude. I wish I did, but I don't. But there's a lot of them that I like. I just don't have the money to be in it. But XRP or Sui or some of these, there you go, man. There you go. Standard Charter. They are out into the prediction game, and the prediction game that Standard that they bring to the table, they predict that Solana. Those of you that are into Solana, it predicts that Solana's price could surge 5x by the end of 2025 if Trump wins because of potential ETF approvals and ecosystem growth. So with Harris, like I told you, while I think she's going to be more crypto friendly, she still comes from the side of the Dems, and they have not been crypto friendly. They have not been as accepting and as flexible, and they have a tendency with businesses overall of putting a lot of red tape in front of businesses. So we're worried about that on the crypto side. And could that delay it another year because you have a Democrat in office? With Trump, crypto and Bitcoin are going to move forward quickly, especially since, he's rigging his own crypto company so he can steal money off of, grift off of his own people, because nobody grifts better than Trump does. So, I would never buy anything on that platform. But he's going to make money off people, right? Because suckers will fall in line like they always do. But if he wins, it'll be positive for Bitcoin and crypto because he's got the Republicans on his side, and they already have all the plans in place. The Patrick McHenrys of the world and the Cynthia Lummises and Tom Emmer, these are all Republicans, and they're super strong, and they know their Bitcoin and they know their blockchain and all that stuff, and they get it. So Trump has those people on his side. So if he does get elected, I would agree with Standard Charter that those ETFs one, it'll help Solana explode, and two, the Solana ETFs will get on board with a quickness. With Harris, I don't know. I just don't know. I told you cities, states, countries, all kinds of folks are getting into it. Companies too. Samsung Pay will now support Alchemy's Pay virtual crypto cards, allowing 500,000 users to make in-store and online payments with crypto. The examples, the groundwork is all being laid. It just doesn't happen overnight because there's technology behind it and you've got to build it out. So it doesn't happen overnight. So when Amazon wants to build on the Avalanche blockchain, it's going to happen. It's not going to happen overnight. And then when it happens, the movement of Amazon, and it's going to be happening on the Avalanche blockchain. These are things that a lot of people don't understand. South Korea. Very interesting. I told you. Cities and states and all kinds of stuff. So South Korea now plans to regulate cross-border stablecoin transactions and consult with Japan and the EU on stablecoin rules under its Virtual Asset User Protection Act. And thank you, South Korea, and thank you, Japan, and thank you, Europe, because you're actually doing stuff and regulating it and putting crypto and Bitcoin in a place where it's safe, and now people can invest. Where here, Gary Gensler and the SEC and Elizabeth Warren and Biden and Yellen have done every dirty thing to stop crypto and Bitcoin from growing by regulating through the courts, which is ridiculous, where everyone else is regulating through laws that are passed to help the industry actually grow and help Americans. We don't do that here. We fail to do that here. Now, you want to see a great chart for Bitcoin that shows you everything you need to know, okay, where it's at. Oh, yeah, here it is, right? Here it is. Here we go. This is an amazing chart. So this is from 2012 to 2023. Remember, I tell you, you got Bitcoin, you hold it, and you hold it for 4 years, and you will notice the sizable growth that you're going to get in 4 years. This is 2012 through 2023. We can't add 24 because 24 is not done yet. So here is the Q4 average asset performances from 2012 to 2023. Gold at 0.05%. Dow Jones, you've held from 2012 to 2023 in the fourth quarter, 2.11%. The S&P, 1.77%. Bitcoin, 23.31%. I mean, these are the three other assets are the ones that the world pretty much invests in: gold, Dow Jones, and the S&P. And the Bitcoiners are the ones that are really enjoying the real gains. So while you see it flat right now, and it's hanging and farting around the 60,000s, where it's actually, consolidating in original highs of 67, so it's consolidating right around that same area. I don't know why the panic would be there. And we've survived everything. All kinds of FUD and misinformation and failures, and here we are. And yet we continue to explain to you what this asset does and what it's going to do, and how people just don't get it. It's amazing to me. It really is. That is our 6th edition of the Crypto Bro Show, and it's brought to you by R&M Contractors. Ray and Mike do a great job. Ray's a big Bitcoin guy, and folks, they do it all: complete remodel, Miami-Dade, Broward, call them, kitchen upgrades with appliances, interior, exterior paint, drywall with a level 5 finish. You want to do this and you want to take it to the next level, whether it's your business, your home, you call Ray or Mike right now. They can take care of you. I'm telling you, 305-345-3649. By the way, they have waterproofing for your terrace, your balcony, with flood test reports. Very important for you condo folks out there. And obviously, condo folks are going through a rough time right now. So call Ray Martinez and R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall and tell them that Big O sent you. Support the great people that support us here at the Big O Radio Show. R&M Contractors and Custom Drywall.
The Crypto Bro Show is brought to you by RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. From complete makeovers for homes or condos to impact windows and doors to drywall with level 5 finish. Call Ray or Mike at RM Contractors and Custom Drywall. 305-345-3649. You dream it, they'll build it. See their exceptional work on Instagram at RMC Fisher Island.
Crypto Bros.
Follow Big O for more crypto insight on X or Twitter at Big O Show.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Miles an hour. That's a Category 4 hurricane. 3 deaths are reported in Florida after more than 24 were killed in the Caribbean. This.
viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc., ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
All right. Don't forget, folks, next Tuesday, we're going to be at the Big Cheese. So join us next Tuesday. We'll have a bunch of giveaways and all kinds of stuff. So we'll have some fun. So please, next Tuesday, noon for lunch. All right. Because I know we come on at 10 a.m. normally, but I'm not going to go to the Big Cheese for breakfast. We want to go for lunch. You know what I'm saying? And then we also don't want to go when there's a storm. And so that's why we're going to do that. So we'll be there on Tuesday. And then next Wednesday, next Wednesday, we'll be at Toyota of Hollywood. Normally we would be there today. But because of the storm and everything else, I thought it was best because listeners sometimes go out and visit us over there at Toyota of Hollywood or some of the places we go to. The only place that we never got a visitor, actually, we did get one once at KSDT, but normally we don't. And so, but everywhere else we could get visitors, and we do sometimes. And so that's why, I don't think anybody would have gone tomorrow. Maybe today we might have gotten some of you crazy bastards to go out there for the Big Cheese, but I didn't want to take that chance. On Tuesday or Wednesday here at Hollywood. So I just let's wait till next week, and then hopefully we can have a good event. And please join us on Tuesday, man. We want to pack that place and have some fun and keep this thing going with the Big Cheese. So come on out and join us and support us out there at the Big Cheese. I'd like to get a big crowd out there. It would be really, really good. Big O, how many pizzas we are taking down at the Big Cheese? Their tendies baskets is top tier. The Alfredo ravioli so good. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll have pizza that day. I know I'll have garlic rolls for sure. So I'll have the garlic breath a little bit. But I'm definitely going to get pasta. I think I'm going to get pasta. I love everything there is so good, dude. It's just all of it is so good. There really isn't anything bad because it's all homemade. All the pastas direct from Italy. They use quality. And by the way, it's family servings. So be prepared to eat. They don't screw around. By the way, the Big Cheese doesn't do what other places. Oh, well, we charge you the same, but give you a little less or something. And they're not doing that. They give you you'll be taking home some pasta. Errol says, I'm heavy in Solana. Oh, you're doing well, my brother. Solana, Solana is one of those that they went through a lot of bad times because of, a lot of network downs, but their total value locked is out of control. They produce more coins than anybody because they have more meme coins than anybody else. And then their entire ecosystem is phenomenal, and they have a lot of gaming, which I'm a Star Atlas guy, which is on Solana. And they got several games, not just Star Atlas, but I'm a big Star Atlas guy. So yeah. Solana is a terrific investment. And remember, I don't know if you know, but you can stake it. And on Exodus, you can stake it for 6.7%. So that's pretty good. And that way you're also earning some free Solana. I always tell people, you stake it, you're getting more Solana or more Ethereum or more whatever it is where you're staking. And then if it goes up in value, then now it's working for you two ways. Because you're getting more and it's going up in value. So it's working for you double. It's pretty amazing. It's smart. It's the way you should do things. Let's see. Need your help, Big O. Doing a Myers Halloween marathon. Help my group decide for Good Friday. Chick-fil-A or Flanny's? Flanagan's. I'm going to Flanagan's. Flanagan's. That's where I would go. I would go with Flanagan's, my brother. Let me get you a little music notes here. What happened in Musica and news and music history and all the other things that we talk about. All right. First of all, let's start off with musicians born on this date, October 9th. Sean Lennon, son of John Lennon and Yoko, born in 1975 on this date. Terry Balsamo, guitarist for Evanescence, born in 1973. Matt Osman from Suede. Who else celebrating birthdays today? Sharon Osbourne, Ozzy's wife, born in 1952. Rod Temperton, hell of a producer, bro. Van Halen. Michael Jackson wrote songs with for Michael Jackson. I didn't know that. There you go. Also contributed to Off the Wall with Michael. Anyways, he was born in 49. Jackson Brown. She's gonna be somebody's baby. Jackson Brown, born on this date in 1948. Ooh, I got to see this man live. John Entwistle, one of the great bassists of all time, with one of the great bands of all time, The Who. 1944. I don't think people talk enough about The Who. I don't know, man. They're so phenomenal, and I don't know if we give them enough love. Anyway, Nona Hendrix, born in 1944 on this date, Mrs. Lady Marmalade. John Lennon. I did not know that his son and his dad were born on the same date, 1940. Did not know that Sean and John were born on the same date. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Those are musicians born on this date. Now let's go with famous folk also celebrating birthdays. Bella Hadid, model. She is 28 years old. I see one wrestler there. Megan Maroney, country singer. She is 27. Tyler James Williams, TV actor, the one that plays young Chris Rock. He's 32. George Kittle is 31. Let's see who else celebrating birthdays today. That is worthy of mention. That is Donna Kelsey now has made this kind of list. Travis and the other Kelsey. Is it Jason? I don't know. Anyway, Donna Kelsey is 72 years old. Mama Kelsey. Tony Shalhoub. I love Tony Shalhoub. He is 71. Brandon Routh, actor, is 45. And let's see who else celebrating birthdays. Nope, that's it. That is it. All right, Sean, wrestlers born on this date. Who you got?
Rockin' Robin, she turned 60 today. Daniel Puder turns 43. Stevie Richards turns 53. And, of course, the late, great Eddie Guerrero was born on this date in 1967. Fortunately, we lost him in 2005. And then also a happy 28th birthday to my daughter, Alyssa.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
Those are the birthdays I have for October 9th, 2024.
Okay. All right. Nice job. Nice job. Nice job. All right. Let's get to music history. Why don't we do that? Because there's always something going on in music history. And in October 9th is no different. In 1987, Bruce Springsteen released his 8th studio album, Tunnel of Love. In 93, Nirvana entered the album charts at number 1 with Utero, their 3rd and final studio album. In 2010, to celebrate what would have been John Lennon's 70th birthday, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame sealed 3 time capsules filled with the singer's post-Beatles recordings and fan contributions. They'll open them up October 9th of 2040. I'll be there. In 2001, Bono, REM singer Michael Stipe, and Moby made an unannounced appearance at the second of 2 anti-violence benefit concerts at New York's organized by the Beastie Boys. In 2003, 172 Limp Bizkit fans sued the band for storming off the stage after just 17 minutes at the group's Chicago stop on their summer sanitarium tour. The band had been bombarded with garbage. I told them to tell them that you worked in sanitation, not a sanitarium. That is what happened today in music history. By the way, Coldplay, if you're a Coldplay fan, or if you're willing to admit you're a Coldplay fan, they are making a tour this year. And it's a limited tour. It's not this major tour. They start off May 31st at Stanford Stadium. June 6th, Vegas, Allegiant Stadium. June 10th, Denver at the Empower Field at Mile High. The 13th in El Paso at the Sun Bowl. Then July 7th at Rogers Stadium in Toronto, and July 8th also at Rogers Stadium in Toronto. Then the 15th of July in Boston at Gillette Stadium. The 19th in Madison, Wisconsin, Camp Randall Stadium. The 22nd of July in Nashville at Nissan Stadium, or Nissan. I hear it all the time. Nissan. I'm going to go with Nissan. Anyway, I'm going to go with Datsun. And then finally, the last date on the tour, Miami, Hard Rock Stadium, June 26. So you have 10 dates to catch Coldplay in the United States and Canada. Those are your dates. And that's what happened in music history. Okay? There you go. What else do we know here? Any questions? Wilkins is out and definitely has only 2 sacks. You were right, Big O. It's not that I'm right or anything, bro. It's just a matter of he's not a sack guy. You know what I mean? It's you don't pay that kind of money to somebody that's not really a sack guy. He's a terrific player. I like Wilkins, but he wasn't worth that kind of money. And Miami needs the offensive lineman, and I hate to say it, Rob Hunt wasn't worth that kind of money. It's a lot of money to pay a guard. You just need to do a better job of coaching and drafting and finding other guys that are younger, and that's it. Dimebag Darrell was killed yesterday, 20 years ago. Really? What a shame. You know how I know you're gay? You like Coldplay. So, Chris, have you turned 14 yet? Monk was an underrated show, Ray. There was another show that he did. It only lasted like a season, maybe half a season. I'm trying to remember the name. It was what's it called? Let me see. I'm going to look at Shaloub's thing. I don't know if you could ever see it on TV or on YouTube or something like that. If it's available, I'm trying to remember it before I have to find it with Shaloub, because it was like but it was a funny sitcom, and I hated that it went off the air, and it might have been 1 year. Let me go look at his early career, because it was in the early 2000s when it happened, and I loved that show, and I hated that it was Stark Raving Mad. 22 episodes. Stark Raving Mad, 99 to 2000. That's it. It's just one season. 22 episodes. And it starred Neil Patrick Harris, Tony Shalhoub, Heather Dubrow. Let me see anybody that's known outside of that. Stephanie Faracy, you know who she is if you see her. Oh, Michael Emerson is the Michael Emerson. Wow, I forgot that Michael. Oh, but he only did one episode, because he's the guy from the one from oh God. Might as well hit his IMDb. But anyway, Stark Raving Mad was an excellent show. It was hilarious, dude. I love Stark Raving Mad. Person of Interest. That's where he's from. Like, it's Michael Emerson's role in Person of Interest. With whatever he did at Stark Raving Mad, I have no idea what he did, but obviously Stark Raving Mad was a comedy, and it was good, man. It was good. I probably most of you have no idea what Stark Raving Mad is, but that was a really, really good show, and I enjoyed the hell out of it. And it sucked. It's one of those that kind of hurts you when they take certain shows off the air. You know, isn't it funny? Tua never had a real NFL worthy coach since high school, and he still wins anyways. Well, no, I mean, he had Saban. He had one good coach, Saban. I don't know what he had in high school. If he had, I can't say it was good or great or whatever. Maybe it was fantastic, but I know NFL wise, he has yet to have a good coach. That kind of sucks, you know. How I Met Your Mother meets Monk with Tony and Neil Patrick Harris. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. I love Stark Raving Mad. That was an excellent show, man. I hated that they took that thing off. Still bothers me, obviously, because it's like one of those shows that I was enjoying with the wife, and then here today, gone tomorrow. What a shame. All right, folks, we are out of here. We thank all of you for tuning in. As always, we thank the great Sean Stanley, the man that masters this entire platform. I do want to remind you, Welton Rayom, a proud sponsor of our show. I know we'll be at Hialeah Park tomorrow, but because of the storm hitting us, please keep this number down, 954-966-4646. If you suffer any storm damage, if you already suffered storm damage, if the insurance companies aren't responding, please call Welton Rayom. They have their own adjusters. So if you suffer any damage, any storm damage here in South Florida, in the you know, up north, in the what's it called, St. Lucie area, St. Martin, and you're listening, you're watching, you call Welton Rayom. They send their adjusters, okay? And their adjusters will handle all the mess. They'll tell you what's going on, and then the lawyers will call the insurance company. You won't have to do anything. You have enough having to pick up the mess, having to clean stuff up, having to deal with the insurance company. That's a pain in the ass. Forget that. Let Welton Rayom deal with the insurance companies. Okay, let them deal with the tough stuff and all the laws and the loopholes. So call them, save the number, 954-966-4646. God forbid you need it. I hope you don't. But if you need it, you're going to need Jeff Welt and Daniel Rayom, because they are complete ass kickers. All right? So give them a ring. Make sure. 954-966-4646 for Welt and Rayom.
Be safe.
This is the Big O Show. This is the